The Taiwanese city of Changhua is a bustling crossroads for trade, and the pace of modern life can sometimes overwhelm the serene ancient traditions that still thrive here. But today in Changhua and throughout Taiwan, a centuries-old Chinese medical treatment is all the buzz. It's called bee sting therapy. For most of us, an attack by a swarm of stinging insects is the stuff of nightmares and horror movies.
Anything that penetrates our body, we're going to see as an enemy. We're going to classify as an enemy.
Carolyn Rouse is an assistant professor of anthropology at Princeton University.
There are a number of therapies that involve those animals that we classify as enemies and as gross, just because they penetrate our body.
But today in Taiwan, and increasingly in the United States, people from all walks of life are choosing to be stung by bees, often dozens of times in one sitting. Could such a therapy really cure this woman's arthritic hands? Or help this woman to walk? Shorong Chen is battling multiple sclerosis, a disease which slowly causes the body's nerves to deteriorate. It has no cure. A year ago, Shorong was so ill she was confined to a hospital bed, unable to walk.
For 6 months, I was bedridden. I could not move. I would have symptoms of tingling and numbness in my hands. It was excruciating pain.
Shorong also feared that she could no longer be a good wife or mother.
I felt hopeless, needing everyone to take care of me, wondering if I'm a great burden to them.
She was desperate for a remedy.
I had been sick for so long, and there was nothing the doctors could do.
Then Shorong heard about bee sting therapy. There are no medical studies to back up the belief that bee venom can help people with MS. But Shorong was determined to try every possible solution, even if it meant more pain. For help, she turned to Mr. Cheng Yi Chen, a trained master who has practiced bee sting therapy for 12 years. Every week, Mr. Chen and his assistants treat 200 patients and sacrifice 6,000 honeybees. Mr. Chen also insists patients add honey and other bee-related products to their diets. The results, he says, can be astounding.
After treatment with 40 bees, you have less chance to catch cold.
200 bee stings, Mr. Chen says, can cure hemorrhoids, constipation, and bad breath.
After 600 bees, you will look 5 years younger than your contemporaries.
But can bee stings really help Shorong Chen fight multiple sclerosis? Shorong began an intensive course of therapy, receiving over 200 stings a week for months on end.
Does this hurt?
Yes, a little.
Honeybees only sting once, and they die soon after. But even separated from the bee, the stinger continues to inject venom into its victim.
It is jumping. Did you see? It is still jumping.
Almost immediately, the poison starts to attack the tissue around the sting. The body responds with a flood of histamines and white blood cells. And soon the area becomes hot, red, swollen, and itchy.
He gives me one sting. I don't even have time to feel the pain before he stings me again, and the pain lasts for 1 hour.
And some risk far more than pain. Allergic reactions affect less than 2% of all people. But for those with a severe allergy to bee venom, just one sting can send the body into anaphylactic shock that, if left untreated, can kill within minutes. But in Taiwan, the therapy is now so accepted that some parents are even willing to sting their children at the peak of health. Could you imagine forcing your child to undergo dozens of bee stings every week? Ting Yi Lu is 10. Her brother is 8. They're growing rapidly. They're both in excellent health. And like most kids, they're terrified of bees. But once a week, their father gives them a tiny dose of venom from the bee's stinger in each knee. It's enough to make most kids cry. But Mr. Lu sees plenty of reasons for having his children endure the practice. He believes the stings are helping his children fight off everything from bedwetting to the common cold.
All parents wish their children have healthy bodies. I'm no exception. My daughter very rarely catches cold, and her immunity has increased. No one should wait until they are sick to receive treatment. This should be an ongoing therapy to maintain good health.
Mr. Chen believes that both the bee venom and the body's reaction to it help relieve pain and relax stiff joints. And the therapy has a long track record in China. Many think it is based on the 5,000-year-old practice of acupuncture, a proven treatment for pain. Some are even convinced acupuncture was first done with bees instead of needles. Although Mr. Chen sees bee acupuncture as a labor of love, even he once considered it taboo. In fact, like most of us, he was afraid of bees. 30 years ago, Mr. Chen was an executive for a textiles company. Then his wife began to suffer from arthritic pains, so severe she couldn't cook or even stand up straight. None of the treatments Western medicine could offer did much good. But when she told her husband she wanted to get stung by bees, he thought the idea was ridiculous.
Naturally, as an educated man, I was against it. We just did not understand bees.
But Mr. Chen completely changed his mind when he saw his wife's sudden improvement.
After 3 months, her red blood cell count increased. Her headache disappeared. I was so surprised, I decided to dive into this mysterious treatment and collect all the information that I could.
Mr. Chen vowed to devote his life to bringing bee sting therapy to others. It's his way to repay his debt, he says, for his wife's new strength and happiness. Mr. Chen gets many of the products for his bee therapy practice here at a bee farm in Chonghua, Taiwan. Beekeeper Yuman Huang has long touted the benefits of bees. For 6 decades, her farm has produced beeswax, honey, and other bee byproducts. Some workers here are now so immune to bee venom, they don't wear gloves. As proof of her passion, Yuman is even willing to let tens of thousands of bees crawl all over her body for more than half an hour. They sting her whenever she moves. And before this day is over, she'll be stung 200 times. Enough to kill a small child.
I'm not home to common colds. I had physical and I passed 108 different tests.
Modern medicine has yet to find proof of these health claims, but advocates of the therapy remain hopeful. In preliminary tests of bee venom, scientists have found potent anti-inflammatory and germ-fighting proteins.
Healers have been in business a long time.
Paul Stoller is a professor of anthropology at Westchester University.
Very often, the products that they use have some chemical properties that affect healing in a way that we could understand. There are people who are healers that know things that we don't know. And it's humbling sometimes.
After 6 months of bee sting therapy, Shou-Rong Chen has seen a dramatic change. She insists the therapy has relieved her multiple sclerosis and given her a new lease on life.
After the bee sting therapy, I can get up by myself. Everyone was really happy.
While most Western-trained doctors would likely say her illness is in remission, Shou-Rong is convinced the stings have helped her walk again. It will take years of study before we'll know whether bee stings can relieve arthritis, or multiple sclerosis, or even the common cold. But whether Shou-Rong's recovery is in her head or her hands and feet, for the first time in more than a year, she feels she can resume living. A therapy many would find taboo is allowing her to face the future with renewed hope.